Today's basic military training graduation is a celebration of the achievements of these graduates. It is also a ceremony that teaches and appreciates our military heritage. Drill is an integral part of military history, a prominence that rests on the fact that its fundamental purpose was to prepare troops for battle. For the most part, drill procedures practiced in the past were identical to the tactical maneuvers employed on the battlefield. It was this aspect of drill which made it such an important part of training. Even today, drill remains a necessary and useful training activity for instilling discipline in esprit de corps. Over 240 years ago, General Washington enlisted the assistance of Baron von Steuben, a distinguished Prussian officer, to help instill discipline. Baron von Steuben arrived at Valley Forge in February of 1778, facing an army of several thousand undisciplined, half-starved, wretched men in rags. To correct the conditions, he set to work immediately and wrote the regulations designed to teach the discipline of drill to a model company of 120 selected men. Discipline became a part of the military for these individuals as they learned to respond to commands without hesitation. As they mastered the art of drill and began to work as a team, this group developed a collective sense of pride in themselves and in their unit. Watching this model company perform, observers were amazed to see how quickly and efficiently the troops could be massed and maneuvered into different battle formations. Later, members of this model company were assigned throughout the regular army to teach drill. It was through this simple emphasis on drill that the effectiveness and efficiency of Washington's Continental Army were improved. In 1789, Baron von Steuben wrote the American Army's first field manual, the regulations for the order and discipline of the troops of the United States. Drill procedures placed into effect at Valley Forge remained unchanged for over 85 years, and many of the same procedures are still used today. One form of the drill is the salute. Since early times, men at arms have used some form of a salute as an exchange of greetings, the most popular of which has been the hand salute. This exchange has been preserved and continued in all modern militaries which inherit their traditions from the age of chivalry. Throughout today's ceremony, you will see the flights presenting arms as one form of the military salute. The civilian counterpart of the salute is manifested in various ways, such as placing the right hand over the heart when the national anthem is played, or the raising of a hand when greeting a friend. The military salute is given in the same manner as a gesture of recognition and a friendly greeting to a comrade in the honorable profession of arms. To maintain the proper decorum and respects for events such as this, we ask that you abide by the following standards while you are here. First, there will be times you will be asked to stand for the invocation, the playing of the national anthem, the playing of musical honors, the playing of the Air Force song, the reciting of the oath of enlistment, and the Airman's Creed. Second, we ask that you remain silent during these times, reflecting on the price that has been paid for our freedom. Third, we ask that you pay respect to the flag during the national anthem. Military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. Civilians should stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. After the last note of the national anthem, you may return your hand to your side. At this time, we'd like to take a moment to inform you of the specific flight locations on the parade field, as viewed from the bleachers from your left to your right. Flight 001, led by Technical Sergeant Justin Youngblood. Flight 002, led by Master Sergeant Richard Beatty. Flight 003, led by Technical Sergeant Harold Snyder. Flight 004, led by Technical Sergeant Aaron Osborne. Flight 005, led by Staff Sergeant Dylan O'Neill. Flight 006, led by Staff Sergeant Angelique Torrance. Flight 007, led by Technical Sergeant Jonathan Copeland. Flight 008, led by Technical Sergeant Joel Pollington. In the center of the parade field is the Color Guard, led by Technical Sergeant Todd Gonsalves. The flights selected to carry our national, state, and territorial flags. Flight 009 and Flight 010, led by Technical Sergeant Autumn Foster. Flight 011, led by Staff Sergeant Nicholas Young Davis. Academic Excellence Flight, Flight 012, led by Technical Sergeant Adam Alonji. Flight 013, led by Technical Sergeant Anthony Burdett. Flight 014, led by Technical Sergeant Armando Lisaswang. Flight 015, led by Technical Sergeant Brian Harris. PT Excellence Flight, Flight 016, led by Staff Sergeant Dominic Reyes. At this time, please find a place to sit. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of our official party. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Lee.
Good morning, everyone. As I pray according to my faith tradition, I encourage you to pray according to yours. Sovereign Lord, the creator and sustainer of all things, we thank you for the opportunity to celebrate a joyous occasion, graduation from basic military training. There were many challenges, but each one of these graduates stood their ground and met their challenges head on. They pressed forward through the trials at BMT and stand here today better equipped to weather the hardships of life that may come their way. They have learned what it means to be strong when strength seems all but gone. They have matured. Today, each graduate will swear an oath and be welcomed in as fellow airmen. As they take another step in their mission to fly, fight, and win, be with them, Lord. Bless them in their comings and their goings. Protect them and guide their path. May each person of the 322nd Training Squadron set an example of what it means to be an American airman, second to none. Watch over them every step of the way, every day. We ask for your presence here in this place. In your mighty name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's basic military training graduation ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training, Colonel Jeff Pixley, accompanied by his wife, Andrea. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Dan Anderson, accompanied by his wife, Stephanie. The Reviewing Official, the Commander, 502nd Air Base Wing, Brigadier General Russell Driggers, accompanied by his wife, Janet. The Senior Enlisted Leader, the Command Chief, 502nd Air Base Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Casey Boomersheim. From the Graduating Squadron, the Commander, 322nd Training Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Beth Rosario, accompanied by her husband, Carlos. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 322nd Training Squadron, Chief Master Sergeant Lorenza Smart. Also in attendance with us today, the Deputy Director, Strategy, Plans, and Policy Directorate, Brigadier General Devin Pepper, accompanied by his wife, Alicia. The Command Chief, 37th Training Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Mike Morgan. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737 Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Our Commander of Airmen is Technical Sergeant Stephen Shorter. Brigadier General Russell Driggers will review today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Over the last 7.5 weeks, the men and women before you have transformed from civilians into motivated, disciplined warriors with a foundation to serve in the most powerful military the world has ever known. Once they leave basic military training, they will continue on to technical training to learn the skills needed to perform in one of 118 specialties. They will then move on to serve at one of 84 installations around the globe, or work directly with our sister services. As they move on to technical training, they will continue to focus on adapting to military requirements, achieving occupational proficiency, and learning how to be highly productive members of the armed forces. These men and women will prepare for increased responsibilities and must ensure that they are trained and qualified, ready to deploy and operate in expeditionary environments. These graduates are the future of our national defense and will pave the way for generations that follow. .737 Training Group, United States Air Force, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas. Subject: Commander's Excellence. The Commander's Excellence Streamer is awarded to Flight 014 for their significant accomplishments demonstrating teamwork, excellence, and esprit de corps during the period of 10 October 2022 to 25 November 2022. Signed, Jeffrey Pixley, Colonel, United States Air Force. The Commander's Excellence Flight was led by Technical Sergeant Thomas Bruckner and Technical Sergeant Armando Lisaswang. Of the hundreds of thousands of American citizens that enter the workforce each year, less than 1% have joined the ranks of the United States military. The graduates before you have reached a milestone in their military journey and will require your continued support to assist them in their future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of musical honors. Thank you. Please be seated.
All right. That's a pretty good show. I made you snort. She snorted.
He snorted on my video.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing and singing of the Air Force song.
We just...
Thank you. Please be seated.
Worse than church. She falls in the formation and back. Look at her trying.
Instructors, place your flights at ease. Your words of encouragement helped motivate these graduates through the 7.5 weeks of basic military training. On behalf of the United States military and basic military training, we extend our thanks to the many families and friends of America for your support of our mission and the greatest air power the world has ever known. Ladies and gentlemen, Brigadier General Russell Driggers will now come forward and address our graduating class.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming out this morning. What an amazing morning that we have here today. First of all, a big round of applause to our band and the great sounds that they've provided. And it's always a great Air Force Day when you begin to start with the sound of freedom of F-16s launching in the background. I want to say, it's apropos that we're coming out together today, the day before Thanksgiving, and I recognize that my words and one oath of office is what stands between you and reuniting with your loved ones to go celebrate Thanksgiving. So I'll keep my comments short, but I do want to say a few things. And I'm going to start with the theme of thanks. First off, to the families, the moms and the dads, the grandparents, the siblings, thank you. 7.5 weeks ago, you entrusted your loved ones, our nation's most beloved treasure, into the hands of the professionals of basic military training. And they've now become the airmen you see in front of you. 681 of the newest airmen in the world's greatest Air Force. I want to say thank you to the 322nd Training Squadron and the BMT professionals. Their blood, sweat, tears, and tireless nights, they poured their love into these young men and women to make the airmen in front of you. So, for the veterans that joined us today, thank you for being with us. I can tell you I work alongside so many amazing service members every single day, and our nation is strong, and our military is strong, and it's strong because of the foundation you've provided that we get to stand on top of, so thank you for being here. And to you, the newest airmen in our world's greatest Air Force, thank you. You have raised your hand at a time when you've known nothing but conflict. Our nation has been at war the entire time you've been alive, and nevertheless, you still raised your hand to join this nation's Air Force, to defend our liberties, and to don our nation's cloth. Thank you. So over the course of the last 7.5 weeks, moms and dads, your loved ones have learned how to roll socks and fold t-shirts and march in a straight line and do push-ups. But it's not about the rolled socks and the push-ups and the running. It's about the core tenets of military service: discipline, mission, the Air Force core values, integrity first, always doing what's right no matter if anyone's looking, service before self, keeping that focus on the mission and be willing to sacrifice to get the mission done and take care of your fellow airmen. And it's about excellence, which knows no color nor creed. Excellence is a creed in of itself, and we go after that day in and day out. That's what we've trained and imbued in these young airmen. We've also taught them about how to be a wingman, what it means to take care of each other. I want to tell a quick story about that. When I was a young lieutenant, I had the opportunity to fly combat missions over a country known as Serbia. And one night, Easter morning, I ended up landing with my aircraft having a few less parts than when I took off. And as I got out of the airplane, a small crowd of airmen huddled around, wanted to hear the story. They didn't want to hear my story, they wanted to hear their story. And so I looked at them. Airman Jones, your avionics worked perfectly and allowed me to see the missile that was flying at me. Airman Jackson, whenever I lit the afterburners cooked and I was able to get away from that missile. Airman Alvarez, remember that protest? That protest that you defended us against at the gate to allow me to come in and do my mission? Airman Jackson, remember I wasn't feeling too good a week ago and you gave me the medicine that I needed to feel good so I could get after this mission. Those airmen saved my life. And that's exactly what you're going to be doing. And I would remind you that I was only 4 months into being a mission qualified. And you, the newest airman of the Air Force, 4 months after you finish your tech training, may find yourself saving another airman's life. And that's what it means to be a wingman. Here in a moment, you're gonna raise your right hand and you're going to swear to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States. Sometimes I think we forget the first paragraph of that Constitution of the United States. It says, "We the people of the the United States in order to form a more perfect union, to ensure domestic tranquility, and to secure the blessings of liberty. That's what you're going to be signing yourselves up to. And that's different. It's different than what you see in the rest of the world. That's not happening in China or Russia. In Russia right now, ethnic minorities are being forced into fighting at the Ukraine borders, and they're getting massacred. In China, there's police lockdowns against their COVID policies, and there is no free speech, there's no free practice of religion, there's no right to assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, you are signing up, you're putting your right hand and you're signing up to defend those very freedoms and those liberties. And I thank you for stepping up to the plate and doing that, donning our nation's cloth and making that happen. It is to your credit. And so with that, I want to thank everybody for coming out today, and now I know that one oath of office stands between us and the newest airman of the United States Air Force. So I've got one question for all of you in front of me. Are you ready to join the world's greatest Air Force? I think they're ready.
Instructors, place your flights at attention. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Brigadier General Russell Driggers will now administer the oath of enlistment.
Now raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States. And the orders of the officers appointed over me. According to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations, Airmen. Welcome to the world's greatest Air Force.
Thank you, Brigadier General Russell Driggers. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing while our graduates recite the Airman's Creed and for the departure of the official party. I am an American airman.
I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call. I am an American airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor. I am an American airman, guardian of freedom and justice. My nation's sword and shield, its century and avenger. I defend my country with my life. I am an American airman, freeman, leader, warrior. I will never leave an airman behind. I will never falter, and I will not fail.
As a reminder, military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute as the U.S. flag pass. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may either render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. Once the flags have passed, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow our guests the opportunity to view the flights. As viewed from the bleachers, to the left of the reviewing stands, flights 001, 002, 003, 004, 005, 006, 007, 008, 009, the flag mass, 012, 013, 014, 015, and 016. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seating area. The graduates will be dismissed momentarily. Graduates in the flag mast will be released to their visitors at the equipment locker after they secure their equipment. Town Pass ends at 2000 hours. When dropping off members, please stay in your vehicle. Family members are not authorized to enter any training area. Please be careful while exiting the bleachers and while moving onto the grassy area. For your safety, we also ask that you refrain from climbing the guardrails and only use stairs to exit the bleachers. Thank you, and please enjoy your stay at the 37 Training Wing, Lackland, Texas.